First exercise will be performed in a lying down position with your knees bent up. It's important that you remain comfortable at all times. I want you to focus on where you feel your pelvic floor is and make sure that you can contract your pelvic floor lightly and easily and maintain that contraction whilst you continue to breathe. Gently drawing in from your abdominals towards your spine at the same time will engage your transversus abdominis. Your transversus abdominis, along with your diaphragm and your pelvic floor, form the core muscles. These muscles will also assist you with good postural control. For this exercise, we'll be recruiting our postural muscles through our upper back. It's important that you lay still on your tummy. Draw your tummy towards your spine and your pelvic floor on, but avoid overextending through your lower back. Drawing your abdominals on and just gently lifting your shoulder blades and your hands off the bed, and then lengthening through the back of your neck as you sustain that position. Breathe and hold for around 10 seconds. This exercise can be repeated about 10 times. 10 lots of 10-second holds, 2 or 3 times a day should be enough to get a significant outcome. For this exercise, we're looking at postural control and being able to have an awareness of where our neutral postural position should be. It's important that we have 50% of our weight on each leg, and also not too much weight on our toes or our heels, but nice and centered through the center of our feet. Once you're in a neutral position, make sure that your knees are soft, that your transversus abdominis is turned on, and that your pelvic floor is switched on, and that your pelvis is in a nice neutral position. Gently lift your rib cage and lengthen through the back of your head to finish off this neutral postural position. You should be able to maintain pelvic floor control at a very low level, 10 to 15% of a maximum contraction, and continue breathing normally. It's very important that we make sure that your weight is evenly spaced between your right and left leg, and that even in everyday functional activities such as standing, waiting for a bus, that you maintain this neutral position whenever you possibly can. This exercise is a functional reach exercise. We'll achieve that same neutral standing position that we just talked about. But during this exercise we'll be bending our elbows and then stretching forwards and up above our heads with the weights, slowly returning to neutral. It's important to maintain pelvic floor control and drawing on through your abdominal muscles for the entire time. Try and resist the temptation to rock back on your heels, but instead keep your body in a nice neutral position throughout the exercise. This exercise is called a lunge. Again, maintaining a neutral postural alignment in standing is key. We've used our hands here to isolate neutral thoracic positions so that we stay nice and upright. Stepping forwards with one leg in front of the other enables us to transfer the weight forwards and then return to standing. It's important to maintain pelvic floor control and abdominal control throughout this activity. Smaller lunges to begin with, and then deeper lunges as your confidence and strength and ability improves. This exercise is a step over exercise. What you're seeing now is the very beginning of the exercise. Gently stepping across a very low object whilst maintaining a neutral postural position, good abdominal control and good pelvic floor control. Try to look up and maintain a good postural awareness throughout the exercise. As you get better, you may be able to step over a larger object. Maintaining pelvic floor control throughout the manoeuvre is vital to ensure that the pelvic floor musculature remains tonically contracted throughout the activity. This is the most aggressive and advanced version of the exercises previously listed, a box step over. Again, maintaining good postural control throughout. This is a heel raise exercise that can be done off any object, such as a step or off the curb. Making sure that pelvic floor and abdominal contractions and good postural control throughout is key. It's quite acceptable to be able to use your upper limbs to hold on to make sure that you don't fall off balance. but as you get better you may find that you need less support over time. This exercise is a bouncing exercise. The exercise has to be done aggressively enough that it changes the way in which you breathe. It's important that your pelvic floor remains controlled throughout the activity and that your diaphragm and that your abdominals are working in unison to create a very strong, stable center of your mass. If you have availability, you can also do this exercise on some kind of sprung surface. You can see here on a Bosu ball. But equally, a mini trampoline can be used for this exercise. If there is no exercise ball or mini trampoline available, this exercise can be simply done on the floor, just with the bouncing exercise that you saw originally. Again, maintenance of pelvic floor and abdominal control is essential throughout. Here an example of a number of exercises that you can utilize following prostatectomy. The exercises are all safe to be performed, providing that none of them cause discomfort. If at any point you note discomfort or you're unhappy with the exercises, please go and see your health professional immediately, and they'll be able to advise you on whether to continue the exercises or not.